I did get an extra small. Obviously, sis is not giving extra small. Sis is giving it all, but she's not giving extra small. Let's just be honest, okay? Welcome back to our channel, your favorite place for hauls, home decor, and all things homemaking. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. And for those of you returning, we appreciate your support. So this week, I wanted to end this Black History Month strong as we enter into International Women's Month, which is of course another highlight of mine. I wanted to share with you guys some ways that you can support Black business. Now, I did a video like this last year, which I'll be sure to post here, but I think that we really need to be deliberate about consistently, not just in February, consistently supporting Black business. So if you're interested in hearing some ways to do that and some products that I purchased this month from Black business owners, stay tuned. All right, guys, so let's think about some ways that we can support Black businesses on a day-to-day basis. It may not necessarily be buying a physical product, but let's think about ways that we can support them through service. So for me, when I moved down to Atlanta, one thing that I wanted to hold myself accountable to doing, not that there weren't, and for those of you that don't know, I used to live in New York, not that I'm saying there weren't black medical service providers in New York, but I really felt like as I'm coming down to a place where I feel like Black excellence is a lot more on the forefront. Don't come for me in the comments, but if you know, then you know. When you're living in Atlanta, I feel that Black excellence is just more at the forefront. I felt like as I'm shifting my location, and I need to shift my mindset, I need to shift the way I am setting up my service providers, because a lot of my medical and dental service providers in New York, I've had for years and years and years, right? So as I'm starting fresh here, I was very, very deliberate about when I was looking for my specialists, when I was looking for my PCP, that they were people of color, preferably women of color. Now, some of them, if it were a woman of color, sometimes, especially with my specialists, for those of you that don't know, I do have hyperthyroidism. So when you get into specialists like that, it gets to be a little bit more challenging to find people that might be in close proximity that also are women of color, that is also within your insurance, that takes your insurance. There are a lot of variables there. So that was the only one that was a challenge for me, because I believe the closest person of color was like an hour and 20 minutes away from me, and I was just like, okay, that's a little bit too far. But the thing I want you to get from that is just really think about how you can support, but especially within the medical field. So when it comes to your PCP, your gynecologist, your any type of specialist you have, whether you have diabetes or you may have an ENT, or you may have, you know, if you're going for an ophthalmologist, whatever it is, right? Think about how you can be more deliberate in choosing Black women or Black people, period, Black men, excuse me, that you can really feel that you're contributing to the community. I feel like that is one way that we may not really think about, like that's supporting Black business, but it absolutely is. So that's number one. I would say the next way that I really do my best to support Black business is when it comes to a lot of the small businesses on social media. Now, this might be a little bit easier, right? Because we are on social media on a regular basis, and we see a lot of these boutiques come up a lot, or we see a lot of, you know, now we have the larger brands, right? The larger social media brands like Fashion Nova. I know Fashion Nova has actual storefronts. I believe they're in California, and they do pop-up shops here and there, right? But they're on a much larger scale, right? So we have boutiques that might be smaller. For example, a boutique that I know of specifically in Atlanta, the name of the boutique is A2 Fashion. I'll be sure to put her handle here. I've been to her store. I'll also show you a dress that I purchased from her. Absolutely love the dress. Every time I go into the store, I actually have a couple other pieces yet, but I have not taken pictures in them yet, but I will show you the dress that I have. Every time I come into the store, she gives amazing service, and she's also a stylist. So when you go in there, it's not just someone that's like, oh, here's what I have. Like, she'll tell you, okay, looking at your body type, here are some great items for you, which I absolutely love. It kind of gives you a feel like you have your own personal shopper. So if you are in Atlanta, I will also put her address here. You have to go and support A2 Fashion. It is an amazing experience every time I go. So now, separate from, and I mentioned her because she's also on social media. She has a great following on there as well. Now, separate from that, you can also support Black business through books. Now, you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, that I do informally homeschool my daughter. When I say informally, yes, she does go to school. She does go to elementary school. She is in 2nd grade, but especially as we are gearing up for one of the biggest grades, right? We all know that 3rd grade is when you start getting a lot of state testing. I have a vested interest in her success. And I know that for myself, it's more than just what they teach at school. For my daughter, some of the strategies that she may struggle with, I am here to be able to help her with it at home, whether it be through reaching out to her teacher and getting some materials that way, or going online and doing my own research and being able to learn the strategies, because as you guys know, there's like a new math that's very different, very, very different from what we learned as kids. So what I do is I learn those strategies, and then I'm here to go through it with her because I have a vested interest in her being successful. So with that being said, I do homeschool her. I would say 2 to 3 times a week. She has work that she does for mommy at home. I am separate from school because school does not give her homework. Okay, they have a no homework policy. So I give about 2 to 3 packets for her to complete at home, or workbooks, 2 to 3 times during the week, and then at least one of the 2, sometimes both, weekend days. Now, with that being said, and just in short, it's only about maybe 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. If they can last 3, 4, 5 hours on an iPad, they can do 30 to 45 minutes of work. And she enjoys it, like truly enjoys it. And we do mixed media. It's not just workbooks. I also have some apps for her as well. Comment below if you'd like me to do a more detailed video on a lot of the homeschool curriculum that I leverage, because you know, I think that does play a role in her being successful. She was skipped last year. She's getting ready to go into 3rd grade. She is in the specialized program at school as well. So if you're interested in hearing some ways that we leverage some of the homeschool curriculum at home, I'd be happy to go into a detailed video about that. But with that being said, I did grab some books. She does read some chapter books, but then I also get her non-chapter books that I feel are like classics, right? Like things that I feel are talking about our time, and 10, 15 years from now, this will be something that I would love to just keep, even though the content may be a little bit easy for her right now. It's okay, because I feel like, you know, 10, 15 years from now, this is going to be like a keepsake, right? Okay, so first up, Michelle Obama. So excited about this. The Story of Michelle Obama. It's a biography book. This is by Christine Platt. Now, I'm really excited about this. This is a perfect example of something that I feel will be a keepsake, right? I feel that, you know, she was the first African-American woman to be first lady. This is huge, point blank period. So even if she was like 2 months old, quite frankly, I'd get this book. I would get it, honestly, because I feel that this is something where 10, 15 years down the road, this is something that you want to just keep, right? So I'm excited about reading this book. Now, this is a nonfiction book. So typically with this one, what I would do with her is I'd have her anytime when she's done reading a chapter, because I believe it is set up by chapters. Yep. As soon as she reads a chapter, I usually have her give me 2 to 3 facts that she learned from it, because she is working on improving her reading comprehension. All right. So that's the first one. Now, I do want to add in, okay, I know this is the book section, but I do want to add in another way to support Black culture as a whole, because it may not be the business, but it's the culture piece of it, is they're doing an exhibit at the High Museum in Atlanta, and I believe it's going through the end of March. Okay, I'll put the dates up here, but I believe it is until the end of March, and it is the Michelle Obama exhibit, right? This is a perfect way to support Black art, right? That's the Black culture. You want to be able to support in any way possible, and that's a small investment. I mean, those tickets are probably okay, let's say $30 a ticket, but I mean, for $30 a ticket, you'll be able to see this beautiful artwork and you're supporting Black culture. It doesn't get better than that, right? So that was just like a little bonus spin-off of this book that made me remember that. I didn't even plan to mention that, but that's definitely another example. So this one is Harriet Tubman, written by Andrea Davis Pinkney. She is a Black author. Now, this is a spin-off from She Persisted. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that book. That's also, and side note, all of these books will be included in our Amazon storefront. So click the link in the description box and it will be under children's books and you'll see all of them there. Any new books that I get for Peyton, I always make sure that I put them in there because I'm assuming that for the moms that watch me will want to know where to find them. So Harriet Tubman, She Persisted. This is also another, I don't know, I believe this would be a nonfiction book. I don't know if there's some fiction. Sometimes they have some fiction cushioned in there, but this would be considered nonfiction. Again, with Peyton's age, as she's getting older, she loves the fictional books, right? I'm trying to get her into nonfiction so she can get a better understanding of retrieving factual information. She's challenged with that right now, and because she's so interested in the fairies and you know, all of these books with all of the different characters and all of the funny things they do in school and the goofy things. She loves that. One of her favorite series right now is The Babysitter's Club. She loves that kind of comic book style reading. But she also has to do well in the nonfiction. So she reads a lot of those fictional books, no problem. I never have to ask her. She pulls up the book by herself. But the nonfiction books, retrieving that information and being able to build on it and connect it to real life experiences, she's a little challenged with that right now. So I was trying to find some books about Black history, but we'd be able to have a little bit of banter on those conversations outside of just like reading it and saying, what facts did you learn? But I can say, you know, oh, take a look at this. You know, if it wasn't for Harriet Tubman, we wouldn't be able to do that. Those kind of connections to the real life experiences is what's going to help her retain that information and be able to recall a lot of those facts in day-to-day conversation. So you and I can talk about this all day. I'll move on. I'm sorry, guys. This one is Ways to Make Sunshine by Renee Watson. Now, this one is also a Black author, but of course also a brown character. So you know sis is here for it. I love to have brown main characters, especially brown girls, because I just love it. I love to see how the character is able to progress throughout the book. I feel like Peyton can the characters can their decision making she can resonate with. She sees herself in the character, which is important to me. So this one, I've never even heard of Renee Watson, truth be told, but we were in Target. I saw this book and I was just like, oh my God, a brown character. I ran right to it. And then I looked at the back of the book and I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? We are definitely getting this book. So I'm excited about it. Make sure you're following us on Instagram because we always let you know what books we like and what books we really don't like. And actually, that's a lie. I'll always tell you the books I like. If there are books that I don't like, I don't share because I don't want to take away from someone else's business, because I know I do have followers that will reach out to me and say, hey, what was that book about? Or hey, did you like this book? Or did you like this story? You know, privately, I'll give my own opinion, but from a mass audience perspective, I won't share that because I don't want to take away from their business. Someone else may love the book. I may not have necessarily enjoyed it because certain, you know, parts of the book may not have resonated with me, but it may be really good for someone else. So if I love the product, or if I love the book or the experience at a store or whatever, I will always share. Okay, so the next one, oh, this is the last book. So this is Stacey Abrams' Stacey's Extraordinary Words. Now, I did not know. If you guys knew, why didn't you tell me? I didn't know that she had her own book. This is another great keepsake, right? Like, this is one 20 years down the road. You know, Stacey Abrams made history in Atlanta. And I feel that this is an awesome, awesome book to keep. Because as I said, Peyton does read chapter books, but it doesn't matter, right? When it comes to something like this, I absolutely will read it to her. And it's not too simple. It does have some pretty challenging words in it, which is a good thing. Because, and of course, because it's called Extraordinary Words, right? But I love it because I want to have a book by Stacey Abrams for my daughter, because I want her to see herself in these characters. I want her to know about Stacey Abrams, and this is a great way to introduce that conversation. So that's the last book. Now let's get into some items I got from Target. So I got this piece here that says Young, Black, and Gifted. Absolutely so gorgeous. And this is for Peyton. It's a little oversized, okay? And this is a part of the Black History Month. Target had a Black History Month line, okay? So my assumption is it's going to be limited. Probably you'll stop seeing it, you know, shortly after Black History Month is over. But I love that Target did this. This particular one, I don't remember the business owner and I don't have the tag, so I'll be sure to put it up here, the designer. But of course it is I believe this is done by a Black woman. Again, I will put her up here, or him if I'm wrong. And the other one I have that I also got from Target, I got both of these online. It says Noir is what I'm wearing today. Sis is here for it. Noir is what I'm wearing today? Yes, sis, I'm here for it. I love it. It does come very big. I will tell you, for those of you that see this on Target, because obviously I can't link this in on my Amazon storefront, but for those of you that see this at Target, it is a unisex line. So with that being said, it is not cut differently for men or women. So I did get an extra small. Obviously, sis is not giving extra small. Sis is giving it all, but she's not giving extra small. Let's just be honest, okay? Which is fine. This one, it runs quite large, because even though it's an extra small, it still is very roomy on me. But I mean, that's of course because it is a unisex line. Either way, sis is here for it. The line sold out pretty quickly on my side of town. I did have to end up getting it online, which is absolutely fine with me, because you know, Target, it's 2-3 days it's here, so it's fine. But I absolutely loved this sweater. I hope you enjoyed this week's content. Again, so many different ways that we can support Black. I just want to make sure that I am sharing with you guys the different types of ways that I'm doing it. And again, I do it on a regular basis. It's not just for February. It is not just for February. I'm here for everything Black every single day of my life, period. And I'm hoping that you guys are here to support as well. Another way that you can support Black business is by supporting me. You can subscribe to this channel. You can like and comment below. I would appreciate that. Also following us on TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram. In addition, for those of you that don't know, I do have my own business. It's called the FTLOP Inc. I help women who are currently working a 9-to-5 create the bandwidth within their day-to-day lifestyle to be able to start their own business. There are a lot of us out there that have this idea and we just don't know, how do I get it off the ground? I'm not sure where to start. Do I start with, you know, getting my social media pages? Do I start with an LLC? What do I do? Well, I'm here to help you start your business. Let's get it started. And we start with getting your idea, figuring out how we can monetize it. And then we start creating your business plan, and we create your business strategy for the next few quarters, for the remainder of the year, because we're almost done with Q1, which is absolutely crazy. Like, time is just flying. But that's what I'm here to help you do, and it is a one-on-one experience, of course. In addition, we have the 4D time management course, which helps you to manage your time on a day-to-day basis within your home. So not even business related yet. We got to get our house in order, and that course is going to be coming up and fully live. It is a self-paced course, and it will be live at the end of March. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. If you're interested in that, make sure you join our email list, which is another way to support me as well. I appreciate you guys for staying with us until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, and on Instagram. We appreciate you guys so much for your support. Continue to support Black business. I appreciate you supporting me. You could be anywhere else, but you choose to be here. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.